I remember last time I put my AirPods in, there was issues with the audio. So this is all just a learning experience for me. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully I can get somebody live ASAP to give me some feedback on the audio. I wish there was a way you could test it before going live. I think you could do that on PC, but you can't do that on the phone, it seems. Unless there is a way and I just don't realize. I also have to really pee and I'm stuck in the road for about another hour. So that's good. That's another positive for today. But yeah, on the road to clients again. So I did my 20 minutes of breath work and um, heading on over to train some clients. Favorite thing in the world to do. And I figured, why not? I already did my 20 minutes of breath work, still got about another hour on the road. Why not answer some questions from the public and help people out for free? Why not? You know, may as well just live your life in servitude. Um, and so, yeah, that's it. Honestly, I should start brainstorming some topics to talk about before getting on here. But let's see. What did we talk about? Last time we talked about how to lose weight, the why people don't lose weight, etc. Okay, so we got calories tracking. We talked all about tracking your calories, making sure you're hitting a deficit, potentially having a meal plan or pre-templated meals. We talked about how to use ChatGPT to track your calories. And so all that stuff is good to go. Now, assuming that you tracked your calories and you track your weight every day, you're still not losing weight. We also talked about how to overcome that, but the one thing that could still stop you is that you're simply not hitting your calorie deficit consistently. So we're going to go over that today. Um, we're going to go into an emotional topic, psychological topic of the psychology behind weight loss in general, generally speaking. And why is it so hard for people to lose weight? Why is it such a hard thing for some people while others have it effortlessly? I see we have a viewer. I'd like to just get some feedback if you don't mind. Can you tell me if you can hear the audio or not, please? I just want to make sure that the audio is actually working and I'm not wasting my time on this live with just muted because I had issues last live stream with the audio. So if you could just let me know real quick, it'd be much appreciated. Let me know if you can hear me or not. That would be greatly appreciated, guys. Whoever is on this right now and watching it, if you could please just quickly say yes or no to if you can hear me or not with the audio, would be much appreciated. It would really help me out, not waste like an hour of my life talking to the void where I'm muted. So it'd be greatly appreciated if you could do it. Let me know if you guys can hear me not, please. Hello? Anyone? Yes, no, yes, no. Can anyone hear me? Is the audio good? Check, check, check. Can I get an audio check, please? There's 7 people on here. I just need one guy. Just one person, please. One person tell me if you can hear me or not, please. Hello? Hello? Yes. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Perfect. Okay. Because last time I talked for like 40 minutes and the whole thing was muted, so I really don't want to go through that again. But yeah, essentially, we're gonna. Last time we talked about calories in, calories out, how to track calories, all the different options you can do to be in a true calorie deficit. This time, we're gonna talk a little bit more about the psychological factors behind weight loss. Hey, how's it going, Lincoln? How's it going, Scarlett? Welcome to the stream, guys. Be sure to subscribe if you guys get value out of this. I talk about weight loss pretty much every single day from a different angle, different topic, helping you guys out if anybody's interested in losing weight, getting the best shape of your life. So it helps out the channel a lot. Try to get to 100 subscribers. But onto the topic. This time we're going to talk about the psychological aspect behind weight loss. I'm actually on my way to clients right now. So I drive for about an hour, hour and a half every single day to my clients because I live far away from them and the traffic is absolutely miserable. So I figured why not take advantage of this time and, help people out for free. So that's pretty much what we're doing here. Um, yeah, so psychological reasons behind why people people struggle to lose weight in the first place. I think obviously the main reason is you're eating what you're not supposed to eat. I mean, it really does just come down to what you eat. Exercise and cardio and all that, it's like 20% of the occasion. Of the equation. It's not really relevant um, in terms of what's actually going to make the difference. So you could do cardio until your face turns blue, but if you're still eating pies and cheesecakes on the weekend, you're not going to lose any weight. So you can't outtrain a bad diet. So let's get that off the way first. So we're focusing on food because that's all that really matters when it comes. And this is coming from a personal trainer who my whole thing is training clients. So if anyone's biased towards training, it should be me. And I'm saying training has nothing to do with weight loss. It helps, but it's not really going to make the difference one way or another. Okay, so that's out of the way. So why do people eat what they shouldn't eat? Now, well, let me get one thing off the table first. Some people say, "Well, I actually don't eat nonsense." By the way, if you guys have any questions, you can ask. Feel free to ask. But some people will actually eat pretty much all whole foods, and they will still not lose weight. To that, I will say one of two things: either you are eating hidden calories that you're not aware of. Oil, for example, is a big killer. 120 calories per tablespoon. So if you have food that has oil in it, that could easily be one that adds up on the calories without realizing it. But assuming all that's good and you're eating like grilled chicken and your like salads and you're not losing weight, what probably is going on is just that you have a slow metabolism. And how's it going, Behrad? How's it going, brother? I can't read Arabic, unfortunately. I can speak Arabic, but I can't read it. So you're gonna have to speak to me in English, unfortunately. Um, but yeah, what was I saying? I don't know what you're trying. What was I saying? Yeah, so you probably have a slow metabolism, and you can do one of two things. If you're impatient, at some point you will, if you lower your calories, you will eventually lose weight. It's miserable. It sucks, but it's not like you're destined to not lose weight because you have a slow metabolism. It's just a lot harder. So if you keep dropping your calories by 200, eventually at some point, I don't care who you are, how bad it is, you will lose weight. I've had literally full-grown men that have had to eat 800 calories to lose a pound a week. It's absolutely brutal. I feel so bad. But the main point is that there's always hope. You can still do it. It sucks and it's like a not fair, but it's not impossible. So that's one thing. What I would recommend though personally is that um you do a what's called a reverse diet. So reverse dieting means you literally eat more food, but the whole foods. Stick to your whole foods, eat a little bit more. What we need to do is upregulate your metabolism, upregulate your hormones to get your metabolic rate going again. Ideally, if you can get some good sleep, get some good movement, 10K steps a day, doing some exercise 3, 4 times a week, just to get the body moving. That's like the best thing you could do. Eat a little bit more food, condition your body to get used to eating more food and more calories. And what you might realize is like little things will start to change. For example, if you're a male, you might start waking up with erections again, which is a good sign that your testosterone levels are going up. What you might notice is that your weight initially goes up and then spikes down. That's a good sign that your hormones are upregulating. So you want to look out for these little signs that your metabolism is upregulating, your hormones are upregulating, that kind of thing. But essentially, if you do that for a period of time, honestly, if you've been dieting for a long time and if you've just been eating next to nothing for a long time, you might have to do it for about 6 weeks. But once you've done those 6 weeks, then you can drop the calories again from there and you will start to lose weight because your hormones are upregulated. That's the best way to do it long term. But that being said, one thing I would watch out for because more likely than not, what's happening is you are eating more calories on the weekend versus the weekday. So that's another potential thing that could be going on is that you are doing perfectly on the weekdays, Monday to Friday, and then the weekend is where you mess things up. It's a big misconception that you can have a cheat day. I don't actually believe in cheat days. This idea that you can eat very strictly during the week. What's this Q&A sticker I saw? That's your problem? Yeah. So a lot of people think like if I eat really good 5 days a week, 6 days a week, and I have one day where I let go, that should be fine. Absolutely false. I actually fell into this problem myself on my fitness journey, and that is actually what stalled me for months. I just never made progress, and it was because I was trying to have a cheat day once a week, and then have a diet for the rest of the week. What happens essentially if you're anything like me and you have a crazy appetite is like it's very easy to overeat on the cheat day to the extent that you completely neutralize whatever progress you made during the week. So, for an example, um, if you ate 300 calories less than your body needs, which would mean you were at a 300 calorie deficit, you're at a 300 calorie deficit a day, right? Let's say your body needs 2,300 calories to maintain. You're eating 2,000 calories, so you're at a 300 calorie deficit Monday to Friday. Okay. So you are for the week, you're at a total of 100 calories deficit. So you burned maybe to say half a pound of fat. Okay. Now on the weekend, you just ate if 2,300, so like 3,800 calories. Guess what? That's a 1,500 calorie surplus. So over the week, you ate a 1,500 calorie deficit, and on the weekend, you had a 1,500 calorie surplus. What does that equal on a week to week basis? Big fat gig, 0. You've lost 0 calories, you burn 0 pounds of fat because you burn fat on the weekday and then you gain the fat back on the weekend. So how do you actually set this up? Well, how do you actually like deal with this, change this? I mean, one, it's good to just know that that's actually what's happening because it brings it to your awareness. But number two is you have to kind of change your mindset around the weekend in the first place. I think a lot of people have the mindset that they want to relax on the weekend and you could eat whatever you want on the weekend. Here's what I would say. Instead of having a cheat day, at the very most, you should have a cheat meal and you should pre-format it ahead of time into MyFitnessPal so you know exactly how many calories you are eating, and I would go for about maintenance calories. So let's say the average male, I think, if you're on the bigger side, you could probably be at maintenance at about 2,500 calories. So if you're going to do the weekend cheat thing, then make sure that whatever you're having is already accounted for in MyFitnessPal so you don't go over your 2,500 calories. And as long as you don't go over your maintenance calories, you won't gain body fat at the very least. Okay, so that is how you can eat whatever you want on the weekend and still not gain weight. Um, Now it will slow down your deficit because that's one day less. Like when I'm on a diet, I pretty much eat 2,000 calories a day, every day, 7 days a week, and it's just easy. The weight just keeps going down. If you have 6 days instead of 7 days, it'll slow it down, but you should still make a decent amount of progress doing that. It's better than just going down over the weekday and then up again on the weekend. So that's kind of how you can circumvent that. Eat whatever you want. Like there is no restriction at all. You can eat donuts, you can eat chocolate, you can eat ice cream, you can eat pizza, whatever the hell you want. Just put it in MyFitnessPal. Make sure it doesn't go over the calorie budget, and you're fine. It's not. It's that simple. The fitness app on my phone says when I work, I burn 300 calories on most days. Is that a decent amount? I clean shop floors, so I'm really just walking around. Yes, I wouldn't number one is I would not I wouldn't look at the calories that you burn at all. That stuff is wildly inaccurate. We unfortunately don't have the technology yet to accurately measure. how many calories you burn. Number two, it's a flawed mindset because a lot of people will go into the mindset that like I burned 500 calories today, so I can afford to eat 500 more calories. But then you're basically beating the whole point of burning the calories in the first place. The calories that you burn should accelerate your fat loss. It shouldn't be a reason for you to eat more food, right? So the whole point of burning more calories is to lose weight faster. It's not so that you can eat more food and still lose weight. Number two is that you are it's very easy for the app to, for example, say that you burn 300 calories, but then you only burned like 100 calories, depending on what your metabolism is, depending on your metabolic rate. Everybody's completely different. So what's 300 calories for one person would be 120 calories burned for somebody else. It really depends on you. So there's no way to know. So you could be thinking that you burn 300 calories, so you're eating 300 calories, but then you only burned 100. So now you're just messing yourself up. So my advice is don't even think about how many calories you burn. Just have a daily activity goal in terms of steps. I would track your steps. So there's tons of free apps on the phones to track your the total steps you have, and that's the best way you can track your total activity levels. Everybody should be aiming for 10,000 steps a day, but if that's too hard for you in the beginning, just look at where you're at right now and try to increase that by about 20 to 30%. So if you normally get 3,000 steps a day, go for 5,000 and just aim for 5,000 consistently. Then when you make that a habit and a lifestyle, maybe go for 7,000 and so on and so forth, right? It's going based off of the steps it counted, I think it's just a estimate, yeah. So, focus on the steps, not the calories burned. So don't even think about like, the equation of how many calories I burnt, don't even that shouldn't even enter your mind, just focus on the steps, because that's what you wanna get for. You wanna aim for ideally 10K steps minimum is what we should be getting. I know for most people, that's easier said than done, so just go for what you think you can do consistently and just do that. You know, going from 3,000 steps a day, for example, to 5,000 is still a big change, still going to add up over time, over the course of 6 months, for example. So ideally 10K minimum, but do what you can, right? And just focus on that. 300 calories burned, though, assuming the steps is, that seems like it's a lot of steps. So yeah, that should be a good amount of volume. And you can always do more, the more the better. But yeah, essentially that is that. Hold on 1 second. There seems to be police somewhere around. I can't really see. It's really foggy right now. I can't see anything. Let me open the window. But yeah, essentially that is the reason why most people don't lose weight. And that is how you can overcome it. So instead of completely cheating on and letting go, you don't want to ever let go. If you want to have the body of your dreams and maintain it for life, like I do, there's no such thing as having a day to let go. Your days of letting go are over. What you can do is you can incorporate small portions of whatever the hell you want. So you should never be eating a whole box of donuts. But what you can do is you could probably have a Boston cream once in a while, right? And if you think that that's restrictive, it only feels restrictive because you blast the crap out of your dopamine receptors so much that the thought of having just one donut a day sounds miserable to you. But if you actually only had one donut here and there, you would get used to that. Like for me, I don't even eat donuts because like even though I could absolutely do it, it's kind of like why bother? Like what's the point? I'm just so used to eating healthy now that it's just or a social event and there's donuts there. I'll have a donut. Like I'm not oh I need to I'm never gonna have a donut ever again. That's also not good. But if you're like going out of your way to buy donuts like at home to eat by yourself, like why? Why would you do that? I don't see the point. So I think you should my personal thing is, like, limit it to social outings. Now, I know for some of you that's still, going to be a lot because some of you guys will eat I know some of my clients will eat out, um, like, pretty much every day, which is also probably an issue. I wouldn't I'll say it like this, you can absolutely eat out every day and lose weight, but it's a lot harder, and it's like, is it worth it to make your life a lot harder? That's something that you have to decide if it's worth it or not, but ideally, my advice, the more you can, like, cook at home and eat at home, the easier your life is gonna be when it comes to weight loss. I actually am starting to worry, hold up, I gotta focus on the road because I really can't see anything right now. I gotta lock in right now for a second. Like, my whole window is fogged up, and there's, like, crazy traffic. Okay, that's better. Um, what was I gonna say? Um, but yeah, that's basically it when it comes to the weekends. I would say, like, try try to eat in as much as possible, limit social outings as, like, a treat, especially when you're on a diet. I think it's a lot easier to maintain your body once you get it than to get it. So, like, if you're on a diet and you're trying to eat out every day, it's such a nightmare. Like, you're better off just, like, minimizing that as much as possible. If you want what I do as a template, now, keep in mind it's a lot harder for me than most people to lose weight because I'm so lean already. Even at my fattest, I'm still at, like, 15% body fat, which is considered a healthy level of body weight, medically speaking. So, but it's so do you like cheese? Not I mean, I do actually like cheese, but I don't eat it because the flavor isn't worth the calories to me personally. That's the thing with me is, like, okay, you guys gotta keep in mind, I'm a bit weird. I'm very different to most people. I pretty much eat the same stuff every day. It makes me wonder if I'm honestly, like, autistic, like, slightly autistic, because I can eat pretty much I eat the same food every day, and I genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, I'm telling you this with a straight face, I look forward to it every single day. I enjoy it. I eat my chicken, my rice, I have my beef and, rice and scrambled egg. At the evening, the other meals, I look forward to all of them. I enjoy every single one of them. Like, I salivating now just thinking about it. It's honestly I can't wait to eat it again. But I think the reason why that I'm like that is because I don't allow myself to eat garbage all the time. And I actually remember, like, when I do eat garbage here and there, like, if I go out, once in a while and I eat something fried or I eat, like, fries and or, like, a burger, I notice that I start craving it, again. And so what I think and then I'm usually good after about 4 or 5 days of not eating it. The craving kinda goes away, and I'm good to eat whatever I'm usually eating. And so I think what happens with most people, this is my theory, is that you are constantly within that 4-day cycle of, like, the craving, whereas if you just stop eating bullshit for 5 days, you probably would, cut out all your most of your cravings. So that's another thing there. But, yeah, essentially, that's basically it on the topic of psychology. Now, on the note of psychology, from a psychological perspective, I think most people and I'll just be honest, I really don't understand this, but most people seem to have this mindset that they would rather eat live your life, enjoy your life, and don't worry about your weight. rather than like restrict yourself um and like have to worry about tracking your calories and all this stuff and just have the body that you want. Like in their mind, that's not worth it. And I can kind of understand, but at the same time, if that's your mindset, then you should never study to get a good job. You should never like go to university or college because why would you sacrifice so much just to get more money? It's not worth it, all that effort. Why would you work so hard at your job? You could just get like a bullshit job, make the minimum wage enough to live, right? Like, what's the point, right? So it's the same mindset. Why would you not want to try to eat healthy food? Why would you not want to try and track your calories, master your nutrition, master your physique so that you have an insane physique that's something that you can look at in the mirror and think, wow, like I'm so proud of myself. Look at this like body that I've sculpted for myself, looking better and better every single year as you continually progress in the gym and get more in shape. Like, what's the point of life otherwise? What are you gonna do with your life? Watch TV all day, eating Doritos, and just being fat? Like, I can't understand how people can be okay with that lifestyle. And if that is you, then like honestly, I respect it if you're okay with it and you're like, you know what, man, I got my six pack of beer. I'm drinking my beers. I'm happy. I don't care. Cool. Respect it. What really pisses me off personally is when people are like, yeah, man, I'm really not happy with my weight. I really need to lose weight. I really need to like get in shape, man. I want the body that you have. I want to look good. I want to look thin. And that's like, okay, great. Let's get you to track your calories. Let's get you to track your protein. Oh, whoa, what do you mean track your calories? I'm not going to track my calories at my age. I don't have time to track my calories, even though it's 5 minutes a fucking day. No, I can't do that. These are the people that drive me fucking crazy. These people make me want to bash my head into a fucking wall every single day when I talk to them. The excuses that they make, like if you're gonna be fat, then be fat and be happy that you're fat. Don't come to me and hire me as a personal trainer and waste $1,000 a month so that you could just give me a bunch of bullshit excuses onto why you're not going to do what you need to do to get the results you want to get. Like that's so asinine. What's going on, White Wolf? So, anyways, like that's why like that mindset just drives me nuts. I don't get the mindset of like, I just want to enjoy my life and I'm just going to, because I've done that. Like a little bit of a backstory on me. I was like, anyone who knows me personally will say I'm a very regimented, structured, disciplined guy. I do everything I need to do, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Out of my friend group, I'm definitely like the most disciplined person in my friend group. And most of my friends are pretty disciplined people. We all have our goals, we all going for it. Even then, I'm still the most disciplined out of the friend group. But it wasn't always like that. I remember when I was a teenager, I would eat whatever the hell I would wanna eat. I would watch whatever the hell I would wanna watch. I would play video games all the time. Complete, absolute hedonism, just chasing pleasure. I didn't care about anything. I wasn't going anywhere. I wasn't working hard in school because I couldn't focus on school. Just like a complete degenerate, right? And so I know what that life feels like. I know what it's like to just not care about anything and to just chase pleasure and avoid discomfort. And it was miserable to me. Like I remember wanting to kill myself because I was like, this is horrible. What's the point? This is so empty. This is so pointless. This is so meaningless. I don't understand how people can live their whole life like that. It doesn't make sense to me. But again, if that's you and you're genuinely happy, then good for you, man. Because like I can't imagine it. And honestly, if I were to bet, most people that are like that aren't happy with their life. They just don't want to admit them to themselves because that would mean that they would have to actually do something about it. But that's just my take on it. But yeah, suffice it to say, if that's your mindset, please don't watch me. Don't follow me. I don't want your energy anywhere around me, dude. I don't want to deal with it. I deal enough of that with clients every freaking day of my life. I don't need more of this mindset yet. But for somebody that is like you want to change, you're not the best version of yourself yet. You want to work on yourself, you want to improve, you have all these areas you want to improve. That's the kind of person that I want to talk to. That's the kind of person that I want to help personally. That's what I thought I was going to help as a trainer. Fun fact, if you guys would think that being a personal trainer, you get to work with guys like this all the time. By the way, most of the people 90% of the clients that I work with are the former, like complete hedonism, don't want to like work on themselves. You get like one or two clients here and there that actually care, that actually want to get results, and those are the ones that make it sustainable, that you don't want to like just off yourself. But 90% of the clients are actually just don't care. I had a client cancel on me. I'm just ranting at this point, but I don't care if it just feels good. I had a client literally cancel because he had a pimple on his back. Like, what do I say to that, man? I remember being 19 years old and like being completely exhausted. Granted, my goal was to be an MMA trainer, which MMA fighter. I wanted to compete in MMA, which is not a goal most people would have. So I get it. But I remember being 19 years old, right? And completely exhausted. And I was like, no, I got to go to the gym. I have to force myself to go to the gym. I bust all the way to the gym in the middle of winter, snowstorm. I completely tired, stiff, like my body's aching, I'm sore, and I'm going in wrestling class with these absolute killers. I'm not a wrestler, granted, mind you, like, I'm going against these high school wrestlers that's all they do is wrestle. These guys are freaking jacked, by the way. Absolute killers, machines, monsters. I'm like, bro, I feel like if I wrestle right now, I'm gonna like snap a leg because I'm so tired. I can't even like move properly. And these guys are all warmed up. They're ready to go. They're ready to like. And I'm just like, bro, God, please just let me get it out of this class in one piece because I'm so freaking exhausted. I want to die. Like I could just. I literally felt like I could just lay down and pass out and sleep immediately. That's how tired I was. And I still forced myself to go at 100% intensity wrestling against these absolute machines just to stay alive. Not even to like win or score a point. I'm just trying to like live at this point and not have my because I had guys in my wrestling class have their knees broken because these guys are just absolutely completely too rough and like brutal, whatever. But I was just trying to like not get injured. And I still showed up. I had every excuse in the book not to go to the class and to skip that day, and I still went as a 19-year-old kid, and then I have to deal with these fucking 65-year-olds, 45-year-olds that tell me that they can't train because they ate too much food or because they have a pimple on their back. Like, it's mind-blowing, bro. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, and this is what I deal with every day of my life. Every day of my life, I deal with this nonsense. So suffice it to say, if you're like that, please get away from me. Please. Don't talk to me, don't message me, don't DM me, just stay away from me. I only want to deal with people now that actually want to change their life and they actually want to take it seriously and they're actually going to do what needs to be done. All right. Here's the thing, you don't have to be perfect. I always tell my clients this. You don't have to get it right. Like I have clients that they have a good streak and then they fall off and then they mess up and they're like, "Oh man, like I should be doing better. I should be doing this." But it's like those are the people I want to help. It's like, okay, don't be so hard on yourself. And there's two sides of the coin too, right? Like sometimes we're all human, we mess up. But what I like to see is that you're trying. You're trying to do it and you're just not able to do it. That's something I can work with. I don't want to deal with people that just don't want to try at all, aren't willing to try. So I say all the time, you got to be able to, or you don't have to be able to, but you have to be willing. If you're willing to do it, then I can work with you. If you're not, and if you're willing to do it and you're not able, that's something I can work with. But if you're just not willing to do it, God Himself cannot help you. Just accept your fate, and it's fine. You're fat. You look in the mirror, you're not happy with how you look, but at least you get to eat whatever you want, right? You might die of an early age with heart disease, but hey, man, at least you can eat your pizza every night with the beer. So hopefully that's worth it to you. But anyways, that was quite the rant. Feels good. I got that off my chest, honestly. I needed to get that off my chest. But yeah, essentially we talked about what we needed to talk about at this point. Um, what else is there? Yeah, so there's being willing and being able. I That part I don't understand, but what I do understand is like how people um they want to stop, but they can't stop eating the food, and at that point, I think that's most people that are overweight. It's like, I mean, there's some actually most people don't even want to change. Like they're cool with being obese, and that's cool with them. Cool, stay away from me. You do you, I'll do me. But then there's people that they want to lose weight, but they can't imagine being able to stick to the diet for as long as they need to get the results because they've tried it so much in the past, and then eventually they snap and they relapse, and they go back up again. That again, that's something I can work with because you're willing to do it. You're still willing to lose weight, but you're not able to. So what do we do in that situation? In that situation, um, number one, you're probably going too strict with your diet, or you need to be too strict because your metabolism is too low, which means there's something else going on there. Your hormones are messed up. You're not sleeping enough. You're not active enough, etc. But assuming that's all in check, psychologically, actually, you know what? We're gonna have to hold that thought for next time because I have arrived at my client's place, and so I'm gonna sign off for today. We'll leave that as a topic for next live stream. Actually, it might come later on today, so stay tuned for that. Subscribe, send me a message, or shoot a comment, whatever you want, and I'll be happy to answer every sub helps a lot. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers on this channel, so if this live stream helped you out in any way, I just ran a red light. Um, be sure to subscribe. It really helps support the channel. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you next time.